It matches up well in the lane, you have multiple slows, you have a defensive against when they go on you, and you can turn it around with curse.
Yeah, I'm Wyvern on Entity in particular. Katomi is actually my favorite Wyvern player, besides 9, because he plays it, core. But yeah, he's really good at just assessing when to be more aggressive, and he's a greedy player. He goes like treads, blink. Sometimes he'll throw in like going for an Ags early as a support position. So he's really good at his positioning, and that's something I'm always really fond of watching. And yeah, I think it can work really well versus both heroes, right? Versus Puck, we've seen a lot of times Puck can sometimes be a bit fragile. Instant disable that allows you to follow up. So Alliance, they're still going to have a really strong opener with this Marcy Puck, but I don't think Entity should be too frazzled. I think their response is still very nice.
Yeah, so I would say that both teams are pretty happy with their first phase here. Puck usually matches up well into heroes, that like to play in the back line. Silence, Coil, you're not the easiest to catch. You need to be a little aware of the curse. You can counterplay the Dawnbreaker. And you're, you want all these mobile heroes against Dawnbreaker, so you get to choose your fight instead of committing into this fight where they curse, Embrace, and Guardian.
Team back.
I'm glad that you mentioned, though, that Alliance should just do whatever they want, right? Because that's what I feel like they did last time when they were playing versus, I think it was OG, right?
Yeah.
And they actually looked pretty good. Like the Skywrath mid and stuff, sure, it ended up kind of falling off, but play with whatever the hell you want to play. Like, have fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. And so here you have this Puck already, you know that it's pretty much going mid for Alliance. I think if you're Entity, you can just open your mid laner on your next pick. People really like Void Spirit against it. Ember is very good against it too. The type of heroes you want against Puck are just the ones so you don't give him a free game. Like, stop letting these Pucks go Witchblade into whatever they want, Make them build Yules, make them, build defensive items that slows down the progression of the hero. Orchid heroes, heroes that pressure you on side lanes, heroes that beat you up a little bit in lane. I think Tiny is one of the better heroes, obviously banned. Void Spirit, one of the next ones, banned. Wouldn't be surprised if we see like an Ember type hero banned as well. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually getting so sick of seeing first phase Puck and no response. They'll pick like a CM Frostbite or something. You're like, come on, the Puck just has like the most free game in so many games. Like, but give me back to even Lion and Shadow Shaman. I mean, these heroes are kind of dead in some regions, but China is not afraid to pick some of these. So
yeah,
I always want some type of thing to address. But yeah, the Void Spirit, the Embers, these are heroes that are, you apply pressure in laning phase, and you always have elements to be able to catch either through silences, etc.
I'm trying to figure out why they're banning Terrorblade. I don't know if this is the type of carry that Entity have played that much. I feel like this is more the type of ban that is going to be to protect your next phase picks, your 16, 17.
Alliance's turn to pick.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, these two teams did say they have a lot of information on each other, right? They've scrimmed a lot, so I mean, I don't think I wouldn't have expected an Oracle ban there personally, but I guess because they knew and they wanted Bat, it makes a lot more sense.
So Bat is traditionally not one of the best heroes, at least in lane against Puck. The heroes you want against Bat in mid lane is like your Queen, Puck, Storm. Heroes that just push out the wave, they farm stick charges, they hit you, and then they're mobile. But in the game, Puck doesn't really like Bat Rider all that much. He's going to go BKB, he's going to go Blink. He's quite annoying for you, at least at that stage. And they're also banned for it. I would say quite okay with, take out the Faceless Void. He's annoying, Time Walk, Dilation, Chrono, and the Oracle.
I remember in last season, you guys were talking a lot about how Terrorblade was the answer to Medusa, who was a sort of popular late game carry people would pick up. Might that be something Alliance are looking at? Maybe they'll pick up Medusa so they ban the TB to make it harder to counter her?
In the beginning of the season, Pure was playing a lot of Terrorblade, so maybe like Entity's going back to that style in a lot of their games, but I'm not sure, honestly. It's really an interesting kind of ban. I guess because they see these two saving supports, that they see them perhaps like this super carry that shows up and then has like a Wyvern and a Dawnbreaker to back it up.
Right.
Maybe that's what they're afraid of, but I'm not sure.
The Abba Visage response is actually something I like quite a lot here by Alliance. I think it kind of deals very well with what Entity have. Just to touch on that in a moment, I think Entity might want to look at a hero like Sniper. Okay, they go Doom. Presumably, this is their carry, but they can play it on offlane too. Just to touch on the Abba Visage real quick. What I've seen from Entity's drafts is that they sometimes run into a huge lack of damage, in my opinion, with their drafts. They like playing Brewmaster, Winter Wyvern, these type of heroes. Are very low on damage, they rely on their other cores to do it for them. Abaddon, great against Bad Rider. You have Purge. Winter Wyvern, Dawnbreaker, low damage heroes. You have Shield and Heal. Visage, a type of hero that builds aura items. 5-man balls you up. So for now, I kind of like what Alliance have going for them.
The only thing I overall I'm in agreement with you. I also like the Marcy Visage combo. I think it's something that is insanely broken. Sidekick on familiars is so stupid. Actually,
that does sound stupid.
I've seen it a lot in the games, especially towards later stages. Raxes just die in the second, so do heroes. But same time too, they picked the Visage to Wyvern, and I actually love Wyvern versus Visage. You solo kill this Visage if he's not careful in a lot of situations. But yeah, sidekicking familiars is quite busted. Have fun with that in your pubs whenever you guys get chances, of course.
Please don't. I don't want to have to play with someone playing Visage really badly.
Visage.
It might be pretty hard for Alliance to decide on their last pick. I believe that it's gonna be a Nico Baby hero, but you're facing a few things that are not really cool to play into. You know, lassos, you might get doomed. The Abaddon helps a lot, like you have Abba Shield, you have repositioning from Marcy to maybe bail you out. Because currently you only have the puck to deal with Winter, and I think like Fogged was saying, the Winter Wyvern is the type of hero you need to address in the draft. It doesn't matter, like you need to address this hero. Just like many others, you need to have an answer. You need to break its back line, like try to jump it, have vision. You already do that with Puck, but currently Puck needs like a +1 to maybe help him with that. And to get those type of things from your carry isn't always as easy. I think maybe some Wraith King type of hero could work. I think Spectre is way too hard to make work from the carry role. Void is already banned, so I'm not fully sure what Alliance are looking for here.
I think Lifestealer can work because you have like the Rage versus Bat in a lot of situations, and you have the Infest Bomb, which I kind of like, but I think that's probably what they're going to go down. It's also Nico Baby, so I think a lot of his hero pool is taken out. I think Weaver was actually a really good ban by Entity because they are lacking a bit in lockdown at the moment.
Yeah.
And a natural Link Inspire can be really nice. But I'm seeing like Razor ban, TB ban, Bloodseeker, right? Like I'm starting to think of like what carry heroes that you would ban that, and that's, you know, Lifestealer at least comes to mind for me.
Lifestealer is, I think, very potent pick here for Alliance.
So for Entity, I mean, it really depends. I think it is pure going to be playing the Doom, but I guess it still is in a way a bit flexible. Because they still could put the Doom off lane with the Wyvern and have Dawn 5 and then pick up a super carry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of the strength of having this Doom, or at least being able to play it on carry, right? You can still flex it until the last pick, your second pick, so it's pretty chill. If you're Entity, yeah, I would assume that Naix is one of your best bans here.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I'm trying to think of what else maybe they might be thinking of. I mean, it could also just be a Jug, I guess, but I don't really like it as much.
I think Jug's worse. You want the type of hero that, at least in any shape or form, is going to help Puck to do his thing of like jumping in. So yeah, Naix is banned. Good call on that.
What other thing could it be? I mean, Wraith King absolutely does stand out, right? It's Nico Baby. Sure, it's not a very popular hero, but into Doom, you can always see the argument for it. Into Doom and Lasso. Yeah, Wraith King and Jug are the two. That's the last two that I can really think of for him, at least for me. But
can you do some Swapperoo? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy if they go Wraith King.
Okay.
I mean, it hurts the Doom flexibility maybe a little bit. You know, they're like, okay, we want to have two lanes that Doom doesn't really want to go into. I think top lane Doom wouldn't be too happy against Visage plus whatever. So maybe they weren't super sure what to pick, but at least this way they can ensure the Doom, no matter where it goes, that it won't have a good time. I would say it's a decent Ursa game. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it pairs up well with his team. They want to play fast, like minute 10, 15, 20. Ursa matches well in that. Going to help them take Roche.
What are Entity lacking here? What are they going to be looking for? If you're suggesting they're not going to go Doom carry, they might pick something else.
I think they need static damage because they don't have it right now. They're like all on spells, very single target type. The one good thing with Abba Ursa combo is most of the heroes that counter Ursa in lane, Abaddon covers you from this. Veno, Viper, those type of heroes. I still feel like you could pick some type of sniper if you're Entity. I feel like they don't really have enough to get through you. You have a lot of protection. But this is only if they feel comfortable playing offlane Doom, which I think they don't.
So they'll do the brew. Okay.
feel like Entity need to have some really clear initiations in this game, which is maybe not super easy against Abaddon and so on. I actually think, having watched a lot of Alliance games, this is one of their better drafts, in my opinion.
agree.
If I didn't think that Entity was a better team, I would take Alliance. I mean, in terms of draft-wise, I think I prefer Alliance's draft.
Yeah, I actually have to agree. I feel like Entity's, a couple times I've seen this where I feel like they're forcing the situation of some of these hero picks. They're just like, they really want to play this like Doom carry. Like they see something that maybe some other teams don't, but this looks like a bit tough, like these lanes. I'm always worried. I love Brew. I actually think this is a really criminally underrated hero, but into Ursa can sometimes have problems, and you're into Puck. These silences and everything too can be very problematic.
So, in summary, you're saying you think maybe Alliance won the draft?
I would say that
would like
Alliance is favored. I would prefer to play Alliance's heroes, for sure. Entity have a lack of damage. If they do well in their lanes, which is very well possible, you know, that's kind of the deal I think that has to happen. If they don't, they need to play team fights incredibly well to win. So I would just say Alliance has an easier time to play this game.
You were saying Brew's kind of dropped off, not being picked much. Why might that be? Because the hero seems insanely strong, right?
Certain regions just hold it to a higher regard. I think, you know, you've watched a KP. He plays it every situation he gets. It gets first ban versus him. I think it just comes to like hero specialists that really like to play it. That hero has tremendous power, so I think a lot of the game is probably going to revolve around that. But, I mean, Entity has surprised me for sure with some of their non-traditional carries, I guess you can say. But yeah, I'm with you. You know, I'm like, Alliance definitely I feel like has a little bit more of an edge, but I'd give Entity a favor because they're just, you know, a better team. But
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll throw it over to our casters and see what they make of it. I believe that's Owen and T Governor. Let's see what they think. Chaps, over to you.
Hello, thank you very much, Ted. Indeed, it is us. Snowdy Pixel team ready to take you through this one. Alliance versus Entity. Very.
Yeah, I don't know where to take this.
Yeah, I don't know whether the theme of the music. Just
Just two boys
go.
out on the road, you know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alliance versus Entity, boys and girls. Well, see, what do you make of this? We heard from the panel, they seem to like what Alliance is doing this time of the draft. They seem to be fans of it. Do you agree this could be a decent shot for Alliance to maybe get themselves a win?
I think they finally started picking Puck. That's my big eye-opener. You know, it's been a whole DPC season. They are now, unfortunately, eliminated, and now they've started to go towards one of the best heroes in the patch. So I'm happy to see at least the Puck get some showing here. It's a little early. Just poking into each other. But I like what the panel was mentioning in regards to the draft of Alliance. I think, once again, it's this early phase Puck where there's not this clean way of locking him down. Sure, you have a Lasso and a Doom, but the better Puck players, you buy Lincolns, you're a bit more elusive, you wait to see, and you can still be as pesky. There isn't that instant like DK stun, that support that really punishes you. But I think for the flip side for Entity, they're going to be leaning on these earlier BKB timings, and also when your double support and Alliance is melee, both Abaddon and Marcy, your saves, Winter Wyvern's going to have a cracking game, especially if it's Katayomi. So I'm really looking at the team fights from Entity. That's how they're going to make their draft feel better and more kind of playable.
I see here. Looks like Alliance trying to force out a bit of a fight. Entity more than happy to give it to them there, as they'll have to back off, and Entity, they'll get the setup to take the majority of the runes here. 3 for 1 on the bounties. I'll see how the lane setups go. But of course, Alliance, you know, today playing with Limitless. I mean, if you're Alliance, you think you're quite happy with having him on the Visage, a good hero to sort of be able to pull out here on the offlane?
Yeah, I like the fact that they've given him a hero that can lead from the front. When you think about offlaners in general in Dota, you have the sacrificial offlaners that after lane, they'll start TPing to help their team out. They'll play a bit more from the behind in the hope to give the mid or core a bit more entry. But Limitless is the type of player, at least when he was playing on Hellraisers, the Beastmaster, the Visage, and the like, and he'll want to play a strong lane. He'll want to dictate a little bit more of this early game. And I feel like that's what Alliance has been missing a lot in regards to their Division 1 roster that they had. So yeah, I'm just excited to see if this works out, and already a lot of pressure being applied onto Pure.
Yeah, I don't know, you know, with this sort of the setup top, will this sort of continue where Pure's not going to have too easy of a laning phase top? Or overall, should he be all right here with the backup of Fishman? I mean, who's you sort of favouring the 2v2?
Kind of favour the Alliance lineup. Of course, you've got the Broken Marcy hero in the lane. You've got the Soul Assumption spam. And Pure yet to obviously get level 2, get the VAR, so that bonus regen, but also getting the creep a nice little aura to helping out. Yeah, not got there yet. But I very much favor Alliance's off-lane duo.
All right, and then down on the bottom half of the map, I mean, are you liking what Entity's got here with their duo? Or do you feel like on this side of the map, Nico Baby's going to have a bit of an easier time as the carry?
A lot of spam top. No, I think Nico Baby's going to have a pretty stellar time bottom.
Yeah.
Like, Winter Wyvern, sure, you can be a bit aggressive, but Abaddon going to be able to dispel quite a lot of this lane. The heals as well. Like, this is a lane that wants to chip down an Ursa, both Brew and Wyvern, just over time. And Abaddon, one of the better heroes at just keeping your carry happy. And again, Pure just constantly getting run at.
Radiant's courier has been
I keep bringing him very, very low on this top lane. This time around, he will have a salve ready.
And just the aggression alone, look, he's sitting 6-1. Compare that to Nico Baby on the Ursa, 13-2. The Abaddon keeping the carry inside the creep wave, happy to hit creeps. On the flip side, this Dawnbreaker isn't able to help Doom in any way lane. The lane's getting pushed into Limitless as well. Alliance has done a really good job of just setting up this off lane to be decent farm.
Yeah, how can they sort of, deal with this if they're Entity? Is there a way to sort of pull this lane back into a good position for Pure to farm safely?
They tried to do it with this half pull, but realistically, they're just going to be ran out the entire time, and Pure most likely should be dying here.
I see. And he's going to try and get away from the two of them.
There it is. One more hit.
I mean, this is, it's pretty much as good as it gets for Alliance up in the top lane. A very hot start bottom. Alliance also able to take down Kataomi, so getting kills already in both lanes here, just 3 minutes in.
And sure, I know it's only 2 kills, but just to give context for this series, Entity sitting 3-3, right? If they are to lose this series, that would be putting them at 3-4. They wouldn't be able to go to the major and potentially go to tiebreakers for elimination. So again, just to give some context for the series, Alliance, they are playing to drag Entity away from that major. And every Dota player, they always want to play for the win, of course.
A very good start so far here for them. It's going to be a slow beginning to the game for Pure. Try for a bit of setup again. Aramis quick with a dispose to stop the Starbreaker.
Good thing for Pure though, he at least got the mana burn creep, so he's going to have to burst down the mana of these 2 spammy heroes already. Look, Limitless sitting at 0 mana here. Unfortunately, just a little bit late. He wishes he had it a bit earlier, but alas, RNG not on his side.
And whose sort of chance does you favour in the mid lane in terms of how easy it is for both of these heroes to have impact with their rotations, the bat and the putt?
I mean, this is a pretty fun one, because I remember Stormstormer when I was... oh, 1 second, let's watch Pure go potentially down again.
See if they can get him raised. This time round, not quite. Pure's able to hide in the trees. And Fishman is going to jump in onto Limitless, and he'll get him.
Okay, nice little juke, getting away from that.
Entity able to get themselves a kill on the board there. Fishman realizing that he could stand his ground and punish Alliance for their attempt on Pure this time.
It's that non-stop aggression, and then at one point you overstep, and I think that's one of the things Entity's very good at is they keep playing these lanes which are under aggression when they're constantly getting hit at, but they finally find a window to counterplay. But going back to the mid lane, I remember Stormstormer when I coached him in Helmet Smashes, he'd always want to pick Puck into Batrider. He'd always want to play this matchup because you're able to like juke away from the Batrider damage, and then when Batrider gets aggressive, you have coil. So pre-BKB, you dictate every play. And Bat's a hero that with bots, you naturally move around the map, TPing into engagements, and Puck is literally the S tier, the best hero in the game at pushing out mid and reacting to engagements. So I think just the whole game, Puck just has Batrider's number until BKB.
Okay. But I guess that was obviously something that in this game he felt wasn't going to be an issue because the bat was picked after Puck, right?
No, exactly. That's why I was kind of, it was funny to see it.
Because you know that
he's always happy to be the Puck in this scenario. And even in the pubs, the win rate, it supports Puck doing better than Batrider. I guess, of course, Puck is just somewhat broken right now in regards to people's perception of the hero. But the trade-off, of course, is in this game, the Batrider always running over the back lines, preventing these heroes from having fun. Abaddon and Marcy, again, melee heroes getting in close. Batrider will have fun in these engagements once the BKB comes online. But no, so far so good for Radiant. Most of their cores doing pretty well. I guess the trade-off is Visage doing a lot more bullying rather than farming.
Well, look to commit further onto Pure now. It's a little harder now he's got the rain drop out. Half of them to burst through, and Weehard did see if he could maybe find an opportunity to set up on the bottom lane, but leave that mid-ward caught vision of him heading down there. So Entity playing safe under the tower. Won't get caught out by the rotation from WEU.
I feel like every time I see Pure play Doom, he gets like the perfect creep for him. Be it the damage lightning creep, and in this lane, he gets like the mana burn creep. Like, I feel like against a carry Doom, you need to start blocking some of these camps, or at least be aware of what's coming, because if he had any other creep in this lane, he's probably not farming. The fact that he was able to burn down this mana, prevent Marcy and Visage having that perfect spam the entire time, it's given him a little bit more his comfort to play the lane. Again, it's not like the cleanest of lanes. He's not being able to hit creeps the entire time, but still, pretty good start relative to how it could have gone.
Into bottom lane. Nico, baby, he's got the 6, so he's ready to get aggressive. Maybe not that aggressive, though. He looks towards diving the tower, but quickly decides against it.
I mean, this is an aggressive Ursa that doesn't have any power points in overpower, right? Like, it's not like he's going to quickly club him down and beat up these Fury swipes. 3 points Earthshock. Okay.
I mean, I guess he sort of wants to battle with that.
It's a very battling build.
Yeah.
Maybe even like a farming build to some degree.
Well, you sort of, that AoE damage to clear through the camps. I mean, he's going the Battle Fury on top of that.
I mean, I've not really seen this too much. Again, the standard build is often 1 point Earthshock into your passive plus a casual point in overpower.
Especially because nowadays Earthshock got buffed, right? So just having the 1 point is very valued, because it's almost sort of twice as strong as level 1 was before, right?
Yeah, you got an extra, I think, what was it? Like 6% level 1, so pretty banging, honestly.
Toby with the split. He's going to try and punish the fact that Nico Baby, of course, the Enrage is on cooldown. See if they can finish him off. Get another stun. He'll have the ult in 5 seconds. He does have 1 charges. So
big one.
He's going to be fine here. They can't keep chasing him. Nico Baby will be able to survive through that first attempt with the first split. See top lane. Level 6 online here with the Familiars out. Looking to take down Pure. The backup comes in. Straight away with the lasso, they lock down Limitless. Aramis will opt for the TP out. He'll make it out of that.
And if you look back in mid with Weeha, he just completed his Witch play. He was farming that in the mid lane. So he kind of didn't want to join this move. Often, with that first Batrider move, the puck will mirror that TP, coil, and you trade the kills. But because he was so close to his own, he opted to stay in the lane. I'd like to see Weeha get a little bit more active now that he's picked up this Witchblade. You can't allow this Batrider to have these free TPs.
What's going to be the most appealing area of the map for him to play into, do you think?
Just the enemy jungle. You're a Witchblade puck. Poke your head in. You got an Abaddon as well. Abaddon can run around with you. If you ever do get caught off by a Doom or some lasso or something, just throw down the shield, get a bit tankier, dispel the lasso, of course, throw some heals out. It's going to be super hard to kill this puck until items come in for Entity. Entity, they like these more kind of not drawn out fights, but it's all around kind of, if they don't hit a big curse, it's the Brew getting the split, lifting the Abaddon, stunning another hero, Doom Bat getting 2 different big cores, 1 doomed, 1 lassoed, and you kind of like dragging them throughout the fight, basically. They're not so explosive in their lineup. Oh, he went 4 points in Earthshock. All right.
He's maxed it out.
Look at this.
All right. I mean,
this is some new tech. I like this. All right, sure, why not?
So far, so good on the farm. He's going to be on track for a good Battle Fury timing, Nico Baby.
So I'm looking at the pubs, right, of Ursa. And Raven doesn't do it. Yataru doesn't do this build. RTW doesn't do it. Ramses doesn't do it. This is some Nico Baby tech. Oh, wait, hold on. I saw one person do it. Sylar did it. Ooh, okay. Either way, though, it's like 1 in 25 games. 1 player has done this build, so yeah, all right. I can see the merits to it, of course. Push out your lane. You don't really have kill threat, right, against the Winter Wyvern with the Cold Embrace, the Brew with the evasion. I can see why. Fair play, Nico, baby. Fair play. He might want to get a casual point soon, though. Once he gets his Battle Fury, but still, that's later down the line.
Alliance trying to sort of get set up around this triangle. So there's been a lot of preparation from Entity. We'll see Alliance get in with the Dream Coil onto the 2 of them. And be able to get the kill on Katomi, but TPs are coming in. Alliance will start to have to retreat. As Toby, with the split popped, he's ready to chase down Aramis. And indeed, Weeha also gets taken out by Pure. Aramis goes down. So what happened to Weetie? I think you were watching that off to the side, right?
Yeah, so he after the core, he orbed to the left. But so rather than running up to the high ground with his team, he decided to jump into the orb. And Stormstorm was just there with a lasso. I was like, oh, hello, Wee. How you doing, mate? Just dragged him to his death, yeah. Either way, nice bit of aggression from Alliance, but instant counterplay from Entity. Once again, that is kind of what their draft is all about, right? Winter Wyvern, Brewmaster, Dawnbreaker, like, they all want to just counterplay you to the end of time. And like I said, you have to be mindful of that. Sure, they had a pretty good laning phase, but their damage kind of scales into the game. Like, there isn't this moment where they leave lanes like, wow, we instantly kill heroes. They get a couple of items, it builds up. Each time they get one item, that gives them an opportunity to make a big play. And they want to kind of chip down this tower. But now the next time they take a fight, Winter Wyvern's now level 6. Dawn still has the ult available. They have to be careful of this. It's not going to be as easy as just A-click down the tower that you might expect from an Abaddon Visage strategy.
Let's see what they can do here, Alliance. Trying to get into the jungle of Entity. Entity, they'll show Stormer around the mid. Going to be down to Weehaw getting a good Dream Coil if they want to set something up.
Yeah, Storm, he identified the fact that he can't really, other than that one top play, he can't make these quick plays around the map because, of course, that counterplay of Puck. He got the bots, got the Ogre X, happily just farming up, trying to be efficient. And now Alliance potentially posturing for a Roshan, of course, with the Grave Chill plus an Ursa. He has a point in Overpower now. Whoa.
Here we go.
The level 9 Overpower. Here it is.
As well.
2 point Psychic.
Now, are Entity going to be aware of this going on?
I'd like to think so. You're against the Ursa minute 13. They don't have any vision to support it. And nor do they have Brew Split, so potentially a little bit skeptical to want to contest this.
Looks like
It's a pretty slow one.
I think they're going to get it. Entity's not, they're not going for it. They'll smoke up now, but it's just a little too late. Alliance, they'll secure Roshan. If the Aegis here to Weehaw.
I think the trade-off, though, for Entity is they're just being more efficient on the map, right? Look at the net worth. It was a 4k lead when Alliance did take that Roshan. Doom, now top net worth, even though he was under a lot of pressure. Same thing for Brew and Bat, just happily scaling into the game.
See Aramis try to escape, but a quick knockback with a flame break into the lasso allows Stormer to punish. So Weehaw, Aegis, and with this creep wave, he'll have the money for the Blink Dagger. And the Fairy's Trinket on its way out, so good time now for Alliance to really look to try and make these moves. Get aggressive against Entity. Make sure that Entity doesn't continue to have this space to out-farm them as they are doing so far. Already a 4k lead for Entity, despite Alliance being the ones getting the Roshan.
And they kind of need to make a move soon because Brewmaster, he's already 1.5 components away from Aghanims. Doom's about to complete his BKB. Batrider, a recipe away. Look at the net worth. Brew's potentially about to overtake this Puck as well. All 3 cores of Entity, they've just been farming this entire time. Like, they've poked at Alliance a little bit, sure. They haven't had to do too much because the supports, this Winter Wyvern, you know, they're pushing out the lanes. They're doing a pretty good job.
I guess it just has been a bit of a slow start, right? You know, decent timing on the Witchblade, but only managed to get 1 kill sort of going for the team so far with that 1 assist he has.
It's because Entity haven't provided this Puck with clean opportunities where he can counterplay. He can, like, when you're a Puck and you're not seeing these quick TPs into kills, it's kind of hard for you to want to make that move because the efficiencies of pushing out mid, farming small camp. If you smoke with a team, you need it to be, we find a kill, because if you don't find that kill, you fall off quite quickly in regards to how much farm you could have had. And he's a very farm-hungry mid laner, so if he doesn't see that clear opportunity, he's going to hit creeps instead.
Yeah, and he's in a lot, you know, still second highest on the net worth, Weehaw. He gets the dive in, we'll be able to take out Kataomi. Got our position here as we commits, gets the kill, doesn't need to drop the Dream Coil either for that one, so nice kill to find, and maybe even the chance to go for more. Entity, they're hovering around. It could be very difficult to push Alliance off this tier 1. They're going to have to let it go down, so Alliance getting some action done here around the Aegis with the Puck.
All eyes on Wei here. He has the Aegis, he has the ability to just jump and kill anyone. Ideally, I'd like to find Wyvern at the start of every fight. But yeah, this is very much the window in which Alliance kind of should be aggressive. But they aren't really able to get any vision out right now. The one ward that they had, Entity quickly dewarded it. If they want to make a play, they need to get a lane pushed into the tier 2, or at least smoke around Entity and just try and set up one of these fights. But still, it is very difficult.
Radiant's bottom tower
Full Wraith pack. Just run out for Limitless.
Radiant.
And Nico, baby. Battle Fury done, and into the BKB. Next up on his shopping list.
I guess that's somewhat the weakness of Alliance's draft, is they can't expect Visage to walk up into high ground areas because it will die to Curse. You can't expect Puck, I guess with the Aegis you can, but to blink in straight away because you need to be jumping the Wyvern. So if you waste your jump, the Wyvern's going to stay alive. And Ursa, you kind of need BKB blink to get into the fight, or at least a blink. And okay, they find the Wyvern. Okay, this is perfect. Like, if they don't find the Wyvern, it's so awkward. So you can see why Alliance is stalling in their engagement. But they finally do kind of break that defensive positioning of Entity. I feel like if this Aegis was lasting like an extra minute, I'd argue that Ursa could go for Blink first, just to get into the middle of the fight and open it up for the rest of his team. Because the reason with this Ursa pick, it was very much the status resistance, the tankiness, you soak up the Doom, you eat through Doom. As long as there isn't a cold embrace to, you know, stop you from killing off the target, you are able to just run around the fight, or you're not lifted up by the brew.
Yeah, this is very good timing though from Toby right on the brew.
I mean, he's just been hitting creeps,
Yeah, 17 minutes in.
And now finally Entity, they're going to group up and they're going to cross the river, right? That BKB timing on Batrider has finally come into play. Doom has a Blink Dagger now. Sid's picking up the BKB. Like, they're so hungry to fight. And he's got to soak up 40 seconds left on Aegis. He wants to be the one that breaks the smoke. He wants to be the one that tanks a couple of these spells.
I'll see them focus towards him. He'll look to jump out. He'll make it away, keep that Aegis protected. Still, with these moments, Entity holding that lead. 4K advantage. And it does look like the Aegis is soon, you know, to time out. And Alliance not quite able to find much more than pretty much what they got a couple of kills on Kataomi during this Aegis time.
Normally with the Aegis, some teams use it as the farming Aegis, and somehow Entity used Alliance's Aegis as their own farming Aegis, because they somehow got way more economy from it. And it's going to hurt Alliance. This is going to... In the next couple of minutes, I wouldn't be surprised if Entity keep looking for some aggression right now. Like, they have hit a massive window, and you compare that to Alliance. Still in the farm zone. Puck, not really near the Lincolns. Ursa, a recipe away from BKB. A little bit away from them taking the fight now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Alliance do. If they didn't want to make more happen with the Aegis, are they really likely to look for action whilst they don't have it anymore? A group up around this tier 1 looks like they're going to go forward here, start things off. Pure, he'll turn. The Dream Coil does catch the two of them, but Aramis in trouble on the front lines. He'll fall. And used the Dream Coil, but Alliance didn't seem like they sort of had the ability to push up and fight in that area. They just have to Dream Coil and run away.
It's the positioning of Entity, right? They had the high ground advantage. Sure, you hit this big core, but there's no follow-up. Nikobe was also pushing up the top lane as well. So it gave him even more confidence for Entity. He's like, guys, we see the Ursa. They can't even be here. You'll take the fight. And Alliance, you see how they're playing that instantly after that coil. They're pushing out mid, they're pushing out top. They're going for the skip wave play. And they might... They even found the Puck.
Doom, Pure. And he's going to be able to catch Wheat. That's a very dead Puck. 7-5 now, leading in the kills, as well as, of course, that gold lead just continuing to grow. 7K, sort of 6-7K here for Entity. Every passing moment looking to have the game fall further in their favor.
Just a nice setup. He blinks in, instant Infernal Blade, then into the Doom. Production just really wants to watch we get doomed.
Well, now they've got the BKB on Nico, baby. So maybe a chance now that Alliance, they'll look to try and fight around their carry. I mean, do you think that will be the case, or do you think Nico Baby's saying, let me get the Blink Dagger as well before I start getting involved?
This feels like the Ursa game where every time he gets an item, he's convincing his team to wait for his next item now. Like, he gets the BKB, but guys, I want the Blink. Then he'll take a fight and he'll go, guys, let me get the bash now. And they'll be like, wait, I kind of want an MKB. Like,
I mean, they're gonna smoke up with the three of them, Alliance. Aramis leading the way.
Are they able to connect though?
I mean, Pure's going to get the jump on. We has to orb over to the side. Toby's already got the split off. So Alliance, it's a bit more awkward now for them to try and find the fight that they came for. We'll see Entity chasing down Aramis. Nico Baby's ready to help out. Turns attention over towards the primal split of Toby. Another stun will hold him back, and into the air he goes, so Nico Baby won't be able to stay on target.
Just getting kited.
As Entity, they'll be able to very safely disengage.
And this is the fight where Nico Baby says, guys, I need a blink. You see that in how Entity is able to just disengage, and that was just one brew split, right? They didn't even have to use Curse. The Batrider wasn't even present. No Dawn Ult as well. The inability for Alliance to get into the middle of the fight and just cause it to be a real engagement is kind of hindering them in the ability to enter this game.
And they've got to be very careful in the next attempt to fight Alliance, because Kataomi's got the Blink Dagger online. So even easier for him to come in with a big, you know, sort of clutch Winter's Curses, or even just sort of cold embraces to make life hard for Nico Baby to lock down a target and get that physical damage done.
And I love how Entity often in their games, when they're ahead and they feel the lead, Fishman buys this early gem and gives it to Stormstormer.
Yeah.
He's playing this Batrider, he's using these napalms, checking the high ground, he's removing all of this vision possible. So Alliance, with this lineup, they have to play around a single ward in an aggressive position. It's so hard for them to move across the map and have continuous vision up.
See, into the jungle they go. Stormstormer's going to be fine.
Puck's doomed.
He is indeed. Pure able to find Weehar yet again. They're trying to keep Weehar alive with the Aphotic Shield and the Mist Coil, but he'll still die here. As we are out of the fight, the Curse held back Nico Baby and Stamanen for now, giving Entity a chance to sort of reset and look to jump back in. And here we go, ready to go once more. In over towards Aramis. Aramis has the Aphotic Shield to protect him. Fishman is protected just in time by the Cold Embrace. Nico Baby does stick around to finish up the kill, but Alliance, they've lost 2, they've lost 3, and with the lasso up and ready, they're soon to potentially lose a 4th. As Nico Baby surrounded, Entity, they'll chase him out. 4 dead on Alliance. Entity only losing the Dawnbreaker.
You gotta give it to Entity. They just play such a calm and methodical game, right? Under that early aggression from Alliance, they just push out the lanes, they wait, they bide their time. And then you see here, this is the perfect example of their heroes that they have. Pure gets that perfect initiation onto the puck. You see Kataomi disengage. And that's the whole premise of Entity's lineup at this point. You doom one hero, you kite out the rest with the Curse, and you just play, you poke, you prod, and look at this. Nico Baby's not able to ever really enter this fight, even with the BKB that was kind of wasted with the Winter's Curse. It's so difficult. Look at this. He BKB'd the Cold Embrace, basically.
And Stormstormer just perfectly having that lasso ready and waiting for that last moment of the fight. Back in action, jumping in over towards Weehar. He's got to get out of it. He's falling very, very low. The swings of the Dawnbreaker is going to catch him with the stun. He's still able to get out in time. Phase shift into the jump over towards the orb. He's away. Stormstorm is still chasing. Phase shift on We will save him from that last right click coming in. But jump to the side. Great curse from Kataomi. Beautiful. Comes in, locks down the 4 of Alliance. Alliance, they're in trouble yet again here as they're having to run. Limitless will die in the river. We are attempting to jump away. He's getting constant Urn of Shadows charges thrown down onto him. As Kataomi, indeed, is he going to have the damage to take him out? He is. This last hit will do it. Weehar falls. Again, Alliance lose 4. This time, they don't take anything from Entity. It's getting rough, T.
And it's like the same fight, right? Entity, they play super spread out. They play on the fringe, and they're just punishing this support duo, this Abaddon and Marcy, right? They just can't start fights. Same thing for We. Doomed in the first fight, instantly dies. Second fight, we're watching him in the middle of it, half HP, having to retreat the entire time. And when it's your Puck who's having to retreat, there's no way Alliance, they can back him up and take the fight. Entity just doing a really good job identifying their timings, making sure they get them, and then punishing Alliance. Refresher soon complete on Brewmaster.
Oh, in the mid. Stormstormer sees an opportunity. Will be put to a stop by a shield from Stamanen. Aramis will be fine for now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
15k lead for the Basher. On Nico Baby, opts for that instead of the Blink.
So I love this Winter Wyvern. He's done it before. Goes for the Blink. As soon as he gets Blink, he's not a Glimmer Boy or a 4-star. No, Shadow Blade. He wants to look for the hunt, that kill. It's so hard in Dota to have active detection the entire time, be it a lingering sentry or, of course, a gem. But when you put this invisibility on Wyvern, it is so hard to not group up at one time for that curse.
Yeah, and we've seen, how good Kataomi is at finding the curses. An excellent curse in that last fight. Very much setting up for the demise of Alliance in the team fight. And
for Alliance, it's kind of hard for them, right? When Visage, Ursa, Marcy, these heroes all kind of clump in their fights, right? They rarely spread out to get their damage out. So it kind of, the fights play out for Wyvern, where if he's just patient enough and positions nicely, there will always be a chance where a curse will present itself. It's not, oh, Shiva's into double blink.
In they go. Limitless.
He's hiding.
We'll be able to protect himself for some time. But no way to escape this. And already, you see Pure, he was searching for the next kill. Alliance, they play it safe under the tier 2 tower. Are able to get some split pressure on. Weehaw working on the top lane.
Also didn't mention it, but I like the fact that Brew did have the shard in this game. We don't see it too often on Brewmasters picking up the shard, but you obviously get the Astral Panda. In doing so, you then have to disarm against an Ursa, even more kite and just nuisance. Now you can tornado one, you can disarm the Ursa.
I mean, yeah.
So many layers of kite in Entity's lineup.
And we're seeing as well, this game is like Brew, you know, Toby, he's just insanely farmed, right?
One of the more farm brews that we've seen.
Yeah, and which is good to see, because I feel like in most of the games we've just seen Toby play Enigma. So, you know, getting him to see him on something else, if anything, having even more of an impressive performance. He's found so much money out of the map. He's 2-0-10. This Brew, it's looking terrifying. And in the mid,
they can't get the shield.
Mr. Man is trying to get in range, but he cannot do so. The Doom's been thrown down as well onto Nico Baby, out of the game for 75. And we'll see Entity, they'll definitely look to dive in for more. Curse on the backlines from Katomi, catches out Limitless, the man and falls. Limitless as well to go down. And Aramis, he won't escape either. 4 dead once again on Alliance.
I don't think Alliance can even take a fight at this point. There is not an item that I see them buying, which is like, wow, that's how they're going to turn this game around. They need to keep pushing out lanes, dodging Entity in some capacity. Because in these 5-on-5s, it's just too difficult. Like, that was a perfect demonstration of how to disconnect an Abaddon away from the core he's trying to protect. You drag him away, you then flame break the Abaddon further away. The last 3 fights have just been near flawless from Entity, and how they just utilized all of their heroes in just punishing Alliance as much as possible.
Yeah, there's sort of the difference in the farm as well, showing the farm very much for Limitless, dropping behind. It's getting close to the point where both of Entity's supports might just take him over, T.
And this is the thing, like with a Visage type lineup, you often do well in your lane and then use that aggression to open up the map for the rest of your team. And unfortunately, if we kind of rewind the clock to the laning phase, the mana burn creep, preventing Visage from spamming, the fact that he did die for the Doom at some point, you never really took that tower early enough. Like, all these smaller things built up to a very stable, static game for Entity that they could get themselves into it. And like you mentioned, yeah, this Winter Wyvern, he's, you know, a couple creeps away from going, oh, I'm now in position 3 for Alliance. Or a really fun possible for Entity.
Nico Baby. He's going to find Pure here. Pure having the Aegis. So doesn't care if he dies. And now, oh, there's the grab again. Stormstormer is in with the lasso, drags him off the side. Flame break as well to knock back Stamanen. Make sure the shield can't come in time. Nico Baby's able to put the BKB. We'll take the Aegis out of the hands of Pure, but there's the curse from Kataomi, locking them, the 2 of them down. Both Aramis and Nico Baby in a whole lot of trouble as they'll die. The control as well from Toby, throwing Stamanen up into the air. Will set up Entity to go for a 3rd kill. He has the ult. They'll buy him a bit of time with the ult to block him off. Look for the TP, and in fact, they won't have any way to stop that. So Stamanen will manage to save himself. But again, another move where we're very much seeing, you know, they just cannot save the Ursa. Nico Baby getting caught and dragged away a little too far away from any sort of backup. But we're seeing the adaptation there from Stamanen. He did have the Lotus Storm queued up earlier. He'll get the Ether Lens. He's just not getting the chance to cast his shield on the Ursa with how well Stormstorm is finding these opportunities.
Yeah, these have been some exceptional flame breaks. Every time he's got the lasso, he's preemptively throwing the flame break in the direction of the Abaddon, preventing any form of save. And on the flip side, imagine if that shield does come out. There's going to be a curse. It's so hard for Alliance.
I mean, they're trying to go here for Toby, but he doesn't care at all. Splits back up if he wants to.
He's got a refresher. He's got plenty of splits.
Yeah, he's going to charge straight back in. Aramis will get left behind. 24k lead now for Entity. Just 30 minutes in. See, Weehaw is trying to take down Stormstormer. I don't think Stormstormer's going to feel too threatened. He's still got a BKB ready to press if he needs to. We've got to be careful around this point. Because Entity, they're heading back this way. Ooh. He's sticking around for the courier.
He doesn't have blink up. 4-second cooldown.
And they've got the curse into the Doom. Got a little bit baited there. Instead of sort of jumping out to the orb that he already had sent out, he sticks around to try for the courier. And it cost him his life. We are out for 70.
Yeah, it's the fact that you have this Lincoln's pop on the Doom, right? Have the mana burn, blink, Infernal Blade for the stun. During that mini stun, you Infernal, and then you can go for it. Of course, this time it didn't work out, but you have the curse to cover it and to ensure that you can't get that lockdown.
Top tower is under attack.
Fortunately, Lincoln's against Doom, it feels good on paper, but there's always a Fey Grenade or the correct spell, some follow-up to always put the thorn in your side. It's more of a team fight item rather than the pick-off.
Oh, Aramis.
He just got in.
He's going to try and start the fight. I think Entity, they'll be more than happy. Kataomi's able to get the cold embrace off in time. Stola going in over as well. Pure comes in, drops the Doom down to Nico Baby. Nico Baby did have the BKB off in time, but he's not going to be able to stay on top of Kataomi. As Kataomi's able to kite him out, they'll turn. They'll look to take down Nico Baby, who's trying to run, but the control's there from Pure and his Infernal Blade. As that's no Ursa again for 70. Pure, he's ready to start diving the base. He's in under the tier 4s with a BKB. They'll get the catch on Limitless.
Don't worry, you've still got another split. Nothing going to stop them here. You can see Alliance, so they at least identified who the MVP of this game is.
He's TP'd in.
Oh, he's on the back lines.
He's going to look to see if he can get a pick off here.
He's trying to get back out there.
Okay, now he's backing off.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Bit down, bit left.
What?
There he is. Quite elusive, to be fair.
Should be able to get away. I say that, though. Pure's still trying to chase him.
That is this game of Tom and Jerry right now.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, he'll be out in time. 30,000 gold lead for Entity. Quite the advantage here.
But not able to break the base, though, in. Nice bit of copium there for the cast.
It has happened now. Both supports of Entity have taken over Limitless.
Oh, no.
Axe, as we saw, was just sent out for Fishman. And of course, Kataomi, he's having a great time. Going for, indeed, I think pretty much we've seen this build from him most times he plays the Wyvern, as you said, the Shadow Blade, and then into the Aghanims for himself.
Oh, yeah, I just absolutely love this build. I will happily say that Kataomi, I think, is the best position for Wyvern, at least in Europe. I guess that's the easy one. I'm yet to see a player who really pops off and is as aggressive as him. And it feels like most of his curses, it's like he rarely uses one, which is like, one hero, sorry. There's always like purpose and meaning behind it. Mainly because of his positioning, not putting him in these scenarios where he is just having to waste curse. Alliance, though, down 30k, down 20 kills, down a lot of towers.
See what they can do with this
smoke.
They're going to head blindly into the high ground here, see what they can get done. They will get the jump onto Fishman. Fishman getting very low, but the cold embrace from Kataomi. It's there. Stormstorm's in with the lasso, but the enrage was off in time. Nico Baby still alive, will manage to take down Fishman. Off to the side. Quick link out from Aramis will get him away after the curse was used in an attempt to lock him down. Alliance, they got a kill. See if they can all safely disengage. I mean, Toby's going to be ready to chase with the primal split. Over to the side, Stormstormer staying on top of Aramis. Amsterman and the Doom gets dropped down onto Nico Baby. Buyback's coming out, but there's no saving the bear as Ursa falls. And already looking for more. Weeheart is trying to finish off Kataomi on the back lines. Will get him, but at the cost of his own life. A second buyback to come out from Alliance. Both supports trying to get back in, and now Weeheart, he'll look to join them. A third buyback from Alliance. Limitless. Not able to get over to him in time to protect him. A third kill for Pure. He's got the money for the overwhelming blink.
It's basically full HP in that fight.
Well, Toby gonna try and jump him a little bit, but yeah, they'll quickly jump back out. Again, we are trying to poke, but at this point, these heroes so tanky. Very hard for Alliance, even with the 5 of them, to find the damage to take these cores down.
But you can see from Alliance, though, the idea of that smoke, right? It's if they find that scenario where Puck jumps and silences Wyvern, Ursa jumps a different hero and is able to actually lock them down inside maybe a Lucky Bash and some of these charges built up, they can kill heroes. Just unfortunately, it's this type of play, it's like a 20 minutes too late. They've not been able to find it earlier in the game. So now when they're doing it 30k behind, of course it's not going to feel good if you don't get that clutch kill. And also Entity, they had buybacks in that scenario. Even if they are to kill off that Dawnbreaker, he's just going to instantly buy back, get that ultimate back off. It is difficult for them. And Entity, after that, they reap the rewards of their advantage. They get another Aegis. You now have, was it 3 Dooms, 3 BKBs.
Pure's going to TP back to see if he can catch Weeha top lane.
Thinking back though.
They're hunting for him in the trees.
Might find him.
He's going to see him.
Using the vision of the Shivas. Trying to find... Okay, they know he's in that corner.
Oh! Nearly getting on top of them with the blink. Might have been able to put a stop to that escape. Staman, and also able to escape in time.
What? Panic.
There's Alliance.
I'm still down to watch the Alliance high ground defense though. You know, if they can...
What's sort of the best scenario? You know, any sort of certain combo of spells the Alliance could pull off to sort of just completely catch out one hero?
I'm kind of looking for Winter Wyvern to be out of position and just to all-in kill him. This is like... Okay, to be clear, this is post-Aegis. This is post all this happening. Okay, no, this
they're going to get the Doom down onto
no.
Nico, baby. Refresher there from Stormstormer, ready with another grab. Catches Limitless out.
I don't think that scenario we're talking about might happen, Owen, unfortunately. I would like to see Entity actually move towards the tier 3s, though.
I think Entity's having fun picking up the kills.
I mean, they're 38k up with 34 kills. I expect them at some point to tickle these tier 3s and maybe, you know, get a lane of Rex.
I think they want more.
What, more kills?
I think
more
they just want to keep killing. Get that, you know, sort of get that score as high as they can. They're not in a rush this game.
All right, here will be the true test. Do they actually hit the build base?
There we go. They're popping the guns.
Okay,
they're heading over.
Oh. Okay, they're going mid. I was like, well, what's happening? You can't hit the tier 4 yet, lads. Okay, nice. Now we're going to see some building damage. Thank you. Let's keep this graphic open for the rest of the game. I should have done that. That's surprising. Puck's not hit a single tower. You normally at least poke it once on a puck. Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under
Okay.
attack.
This is painfully slow, though. For a team with 39k gold, the fact that we could, you know, load up a graphic, look at the graphic, close the graphic, look at it again. Not the best at sieging. Great at killing, though. Absolutely stellar
Oh
at
my
killing.
goodness, Aramis nearly dying there. He's able to swing his way out with a rebound. Jump forward from Stormstormer. That's the win on to Limitless. It's a dead Vistage. Cheese was ready to go there by Fishman, and off to the side. Look at that Kataomi. He's able to catch the 3 of them in the curse. The Solar Guardian to follow things up as the Doom gets dropped down onto Weeha. Weeha will fall out for 2 minutes. Nico Baby trying to commit on a target with a BKB, but he has to run. They'll tap out. They've finally had enough here. Alliance. GG is called. Entity taking a rather easy game 1 here. 39-8, 43,000 net worth lead. No concerns here for Entity in this game 1 against Alliance. In a series, as you said, really does matter. They need the wins, and you can see it in the way they play this first game. You said it earlier, we saw some really sort of cool gameplay where they were just taking it easy, making sure